so Isoken, what stands out for you?
Okay. First of all, I don't know that we've confirmed the story about the NFF asking our opinion for.
It's their coach, the president of that. He said so.
No,
Whether
no,
that's
no, I heard they were in touch with INEC. That's what I heard. They were in touch with INEC.
Oh goodness.
Mm.
So
No, true, I mean,
I don't understand the rationale behind that, because I think that some people are deflecting from doing their jobs. When you were going to sign him, there was not a poll to ask us if we like him, or if we would accept him as coach. Now it is time to either renew his contract or sack him, and you are shifting the responsibility to us. I don't see, and I can't understand the rationale behind that. I hope that this is some mischief. I hope that this is not true coming from the NFF. I'm really hoping that somebody is confident enough or takes responsibility for his job or her job to do what is right for the football, for football in Nigeria. So that story is shocking for me.
I agree with you. I totally agree. I agree because I feel that the NFF as a body is supposed to be filled with administrators who are professionals in terms of knowing what to do.
That's right.
Now, like you said, when you employed him, there was no Council of Elrond to come and discuss it. You just gave the man the job. And if you think the man has warranted a renewal, then
go ahead and do the job.
Give it to him. If you think he does not, then let him walk on. Because this fact of, we'll wait to see. Because June is over already. Wait, how many days to the end of June? Today is 5 days to the end of June. And you haven't decided if you want to go or not. That's bad, because this story was at the end of last week, right? So I just think it's wrong. And I think that it doesn't put the Gusau-led body in good light. Now, hate him or love him, when we talk about the Pinnick body, once they've made their decision, this is their decision. They're going with it, right? We'll either get in line or we'll protest and revolt. But at the end of the day,
we'll move on with it.
But they will make a decision. So good or bad, they follow the decision to the very end. Now, I've also been very critical of Randy Waldrum. And to be fair, I was very critical of Waldrum at the beginning because the Super Falcons were not playing the way we wanted them to play.
Yeah.
But it took me a while to sit down, start watching, understanding. He's trying to cut the age gap down, right? He's reducing the age. Yes, you still mentioned the likes of Onome, but he's also dropped some players like Rita Chikwelu has been removed from the squad gently. They've been eased out. So we need to respect the decision of the NFF. If it comes out good, if it comes out good, NFF will take the credit.
We're going to respect a decision when they're willing to take it. Because right now you're pushing that responsibility to the people.
For me, that's crazy.
Do you understand?
Any developed world will never give.
And if you are trying to ask our opinion about it, please let me even try to give somebody who's probably listening. Like Femi said, it's too late now to be trying to decide. I felt like this decision should have happened earlier in the year. He has already played a couple of matches for you to assess his maybe his play, his competence, maybe his tactical prowess. You've checked his maybe the way he selects his team, discipline, and everything. You can be able to now deduce that this guy is good enough to continue. Or no, I think he's not getting it right in this place and in this place. Maybe we should find somebody that can.
You know what I'll say if I weigh me down to sense. I agree with both of you have said 100%. I think what's happening now, first is I think they're treating Jose Pascal with grotesque disrespect for it starts. That's what I think. One, they're owing him salary, and I don't want to know why they're owing him salary. Now they are not even giving him anyone for job security.
Yeah.
It's as rightly said, I pray that this story is not true. Because it doesn't portray the NFF in a good light. In fact, for me right now, they're coming across as very indecisive.
Exactly.
And really not knowing what they're doing.
Yeah.
They actually look to me. You understand? Yes, I know people out there will say, it's because my guy didn't win it or this or that. Fine. You understand? I know my man had clear ideas about how to run the NFF. It's okay. But it is what it is. We move on. The NFL president has a chance to take our football in the next direction. And please, monkeying around with the human beings' job security is not the right way to go. First things first, I even appreciate Barcelo. You understand? Right now, he's done what he has to do on the cusp of, I think we qualified for AFCON. In fact, we have for it just when I finished top of the beats Autome. As I said, Rangers or Ben Insurance, any of us can beat Autome. So he's actually done what he has to do. The question is he good enough? As Isoken said, his technical prowess, is he good enough? If he's good, if you feel he's good enough with you. If he's not, and most important, if you can't afford to pay him, let him go. What is this one that you want to go to the people? The people, Nigerians, will have 10, 100 different opinions on who should be coached. It's not our job. It's not our job to do it. That's why I always say it on the show. Do your job. Somebody, the NFF, believe it or not, has a technical committee. Also, Auguste Guamo is the technical director. So what is his job? Come on now. I hope this story is not true.
I honestly pray that it is not.
It's a figment of somebody's imagination. I hope so.
Or somebody will just be very funny. I hope so too. And maybe somebody was just being funny. Because this doesn't put them in a good light at all. It portrays all shades of irresponsibility.
In the same stead, just moving a bit forward, one of the stories in the news Hound this morning about the FIFA Club World Cup. Now the story broke late last week into the weekend, right? And I've listened to it from a European point of view, and I think about it from the African point of view. From the African point of view, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me because, number one, you're giving our clubs, 4 clubs, the opportunity to compete. And with the way the CAF Champions League has gone for the last 3 years, it most likely will need to get 2 winners or 2 other people from somewhere else to join because as it stands, Ali has won 2 of the last 3. My dad has won 1, right? So it means that now they're supposed to be looking for 1 more winner. But now, because Ali has won 2 of the last 3, Ali cannot be represented twice. They will only come once. So it means somebody else will get the spot. Now, it also says there's more money, more competition. It's the opportunity for our club sides on the African scene to rub shoulders with the big ones. Now, the Real Madrid, because now we know Chelsea, Real Madrid, Manchester City have qualified. 1 more winner and 4 more will join, right? Because already the host country will get 1 team. Yeah. Standard. So USA will get a team, whether they win their CONCACAF or not. It's a good plan. But for Europe, it's a terrible idea. It's a horrible idea because, I listen to footballers or former footballers talk about it and they go, look, what you're trying to tell us is that for every summer now, from now, is going to be covered because next summer is the Euros 2024. The next one you have is the FIFA Club World Cup. The next one you have is the World Cup. So it means that for the next 3 years, consistently, the footballers will not even have a break. And you don't want them to burn out. You don't want them to, you want them to be giving top performance because now it says it trickles down to TV. TV is now not putting value on some of these things because number one, TV is saying,
they pick and choose.
Yes, that number one, we're not seeing footballers perform. We're not seeing like the World Cup. We're not seeing De Bruyne play at that level. So instead of us paying you $1 million, we want to pay you, And then you say, oh no, this is top value. But we're like, look, the players are not doing anything.
And their argument is valid. Yeah.
Because now with the club side, what's the rule? Will the clubs be able to pick and say, okay, we'll rest our big names and carry only our second team? Because FIFA wants their big players to be at their big tournaments. Yeah. So it's a very big question. But like they said, every 4 years, let's see how it goes. I don't know.
It's still a proposition. Is this something that's
It's final.
It's final.
Oh, it's final.
Wow.
The first one is in the US. It's final.
Oh, wow.
It's final.
Because I was following that story, I thought it was something that was just proposed to us. I didn't know that.
You know the funny thing, I don't know what's going on this morning, and I don't think I like it, honestly. I'm not happy about it, but
you agree again.
Something's happening. I agree again, and I'm not happy. I'm really not happy.
I have to ask you now, where are you? Which state are you in? Which state are you in? Where are you? Because where you are could obviously be your whereabouts could be what is affecting this whole thing that we have.
I'm not happy at the sense that everybody is making this one. Somebody just said something that's so off that I want to start in my ear.
No, we're getting there.
This is just the second story, by the way. So,
because I love the way Femi broke it down into 2 perspectives. Yeah. From an African perspective, it's absolutely brilliant. Who knows? By that time, we might even have the Nigerian side competing. Who knows? God willing. Do you understand? From an African perspective, I'm just saying.
It's possible now. It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible it could happen.
Anybody has not paid salaries.
Or even Raymond
Anybody has not paid salaries is one that wants to be there. People that have not paid salaries.
Who knows? Or Remo stars, you get my point. But it's a fantastic idea. As you rightly said, it's a dreadful idea for the Europeans. I mean, we also, perfect example, De Bruyne at the World Cup. The guy wants to shatter. You get my point, you know. And it's all about money. I mean, it's another FIFA idea. It's a crazy idea, to be honest with you. So as an African, just like when we spoke about, I'm for the African Super League. I'm totally against the European Super League. You understand? People can see different perspectives to different things, and it's all about context. So from the African perspective, it's a brilliant idea. 4 African teams representing the continent, absolutely brilliant. And as you said, El Ali will definitely be there, just as Chelsea, City, and Real Madrid are there. Al Ali with that will be there, so plus 2 others. You understand? So not bad at all, you know, but from the African perspective. But for the Europeans, man, they have every right to be upset. Because no rest for, I mean, yes, we agree they're very, very well paid and everything, but at the end of it, they're still human beings. They're still family men, you know, who deserve some time to themselves. And that's as I said, I agree.
That's a worry for them.
But one story that is speculating under, and I think we mentioned it in the sports from last week, is this funny dalliance between Chelsea and
Saudi.
The Saudi. Yes, there's something funny going. How convenient is it? Do you understand that Chelsea that need to get players, you know, that they need to get players off their books, all of a sudden are plugging them to the Saudi league.
Coincidence, maybe.
John, I mean, there's no smoke without fire, you know, and I think both PIV and Chelsea have assured, you know, the Premier League has asked them, or the English FA or someone has asked for clarification about if there's any relationship. Of course, they'll deny it now. You understand? They will deny it. But I think there's something funny going on. How many players have Mendy is going to go? What's the
Koulibaly,
is gone.
N'Golo Kante, Ziyech.
Like at least 5.
So
I mean, I raised up to
with Ziyech, it is a speculation, right? But aside from the dodgy nature, if that's the angle you're coming from, Real Madrid have allowed Karim Benzema to go there. There's Neves from
no, he's
Wolves.
saying that the numbers. So the
numbers
is what he's looking at. I don't think the numbers. I don't think the numbers is a problem.
That's what I'm going to.
Saudi League is trying to bust into the scene.
That's exactly what I'm going to.
So Chelsea have a lot of players.
They want to offload.
Chelsea had a lot of players they had to offload. We're even saying who would Chelsea sell to in Europe? Now Saudi is ready to pay those wages. Chelsea is really
so that's the thing.
No, hold on, Isoken and Femi, and I'm happy now that the inevitable falling down I'm very happy. I read somewhere that there may be Neo, you understand?
Yeah.
It is said, them say that there's a possible connection between the PIF and the holding group. So the police holding group.
Is it Gary Neville that is giving you that gist?
No, I'm just saying.
I know that this conspiracy theory has been raised, and one of the things I heard from the UK, right? Some of the reports they've put on some of their medium is that number one, Clearly Capital has got investments in a lot of companies themselves.
Yeah.
Right? PIF also has investments in over 400 companies. So there is no direct
association.
The volume of such investment. There's investment you can. For instance, I could have 10,000 naira shares in a bank, and Dangote or Telala could have 10 million. You know, there's a difference in that investment.
Yes.
You understand? And there's a difference by level of influence. If we go for a board meeting, you understand? I don't think I'll be making more noise.
You can't talk. You can't even talk.
I'm just saying, you know. So yes, I've come across different things, and as I said, there's nothing concrete. You get my point. One has to be always, you understand. One has to be careful when you are pushing out. And for me, a conspiracy theory is something that has no basis in reality. But this case, there is something there somewhere.
So since we're not trying to foil a conspiracy theory, because
the theory is out already.
No, I'm not. That's why I'm not calling it a conspiracy theory. A conspiracy theory is like when Remo Stars beats Plateau United at home or something. Then somebody was saying maybe Plateau United threw the game. Remember, we had and he was aghast or something. I mean, that's a conspiracy theory. But no, this one is grounded in reality. PIF is an investor. You understand? You guys can Google it and do something. Let's find out from that. Is there that the PIF invests in the Tromboni's group? Therefore, what is the level of the investment? Then you not ask why. Now look at that story. Let's take it to what has happened to Osasuna. 10 years on from match fixing, the chickens have come home to roost. Now, as a United fan, everybody will say, I have Barbele for City. They won the treble fair as well on the field. But remember, they have 115 FA charges against them. You understand? And time, 10 years for what Osasuna did. Very unfair to. I'm sure none of the people involved 10 years ago are involved in the club today.
Yeah.
Are still there. But they have carried the can. They struggled and struggled to finish 7th. You get my point. In the conference league, now they're booted out. So these things, it will come out. This one will be conspiracy theory. Even for City too. One day, with all the expensive lawyers, what City are doing are delay. The major thing, you have 115 charges. You understand? We shall see. You get my point. God's spare our lives. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, since you're talking about transfer stories, you always say this, and every time you say it, as much as we give you that eyebrow. City, they have a plan, and the way City recruits, it's because this Josko Vardio story, it just blew me out the water. Now, City want to sell. They're open to selling Kai Walker. They're open to selling Aymeric Laporte.
They collect good money.
They will collect money. Then what's his name? Cancelo also is also on the market. Imagine
Bernardo
City,
Silva, I think.
City's not putting Bernardo on the market, but those other three, they're going to sell those 3 confirmed. So whatever money like last year, City made returns of about 50 million for the sale of Raheem Sterling, Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, the goalkeeper, and I went to Southampton, Robert Lavia. No, so. That's my point. There's
a structure that is working.
Imagine and it's add Vardiol to that defense. That City defense was impressive this season. You now add Vardiol in that defense. That takes it one step further as well. Because this player, as young as he's 21, this guy played well at the World Cup with the exception of that situation with Messi.
Very well.
And that's even trying to put it in perspective with the other clubs who wants to chase Man City. Man U is all over the place. We're trying to.
So what's your problem now? Why you want to upset with that? I think I can't go. I think I can't go.
No. I'm sorry. Actually, should have said. Arsenal is all over the place with cooking rice and not cooking rice.
Arsenal has even said that. We need to buy players if we want to challenge City.
You see, that's what I'm saying.
United hasn't said anything.
But just
cross their leg. I said,
Man U, they're talking.
No, Femi, you know what Man United is doing? They will go and meet Messi Mount and we run and we Casido can. But United's major problem is not even in the buying. They can't get rid of the players in this squad.
Do they need to get rid? Do they need to get rid of them? No. But in the Chelsea,
this boy. No, hear me out. Wait, hold on. Hear me out now. There's this boy, Ahmad, went on loan for Sunderland.
Yeah.
Ahmad went on loan to Sunderland. He was like player of the season in Sunderland. Young boy was scoring for fun, performing. Now he wants to come back to United. Hopefully go on pre-season, but he's not guaranteed the place because we have a certain Jadon Sancho who is earning I correct myself. Jadon Sancho is earning 350,000. A week, Jadon Sancho. How? United is the most poorly run club in the world. How? Anthony was earning 20k at Ajax. They are paying 200k, but forget about Anthony. Jadon Sancho has been United for 2 years. He has done nothing. In fact, during the season, he actually went on a mental health break. And yet he's still there.
Too much.
Man,
look, when we spoke about transfer stories, you mentioned Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea at some point had bought a lot of players. They didn't have where to push those players to. Like they said, they expanded the dressing room. Now, yes. So I'm saying that for Manchester United, take or leave, believe it or not, based on history, Man United is the biggest club in England.
Yeah.
Right? Based on history. That's what Man United is based on history. Man United is the biggest club in England. We can argue about who is winning more trophies now, but based on history. Now, Man United is not even first choice for players anymore.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time Man United, 10 people wanted somebody, and Man United beats those people to the signature. Back in the day, United will go for Rio Ferdinand. Everybody wants Ferdinand. United will get Ferdinand. Everybody wants Van Nistelrooy. United will get Van Nistelrooy. Now
they got Rooney.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now United, for example, wants Caicedo like everybody.
Yeah.
But obviously, we know that United will not get Caicedo.
They can't get him.
We know that United will not get Rice. That City and Arsenal will beat them to it. That's one of our Bayern will come from outside, beat them to it.
Yeah.
You know the problem United has. United should be the Guinness records because they're literally the only club in world football that the owners actually hate the club.
Is it the owners or is it that United have not? It's not just about the owners.
No, listen now. No, it's about the listen to it. Starts with the owners. You understand? The owners are the ones that employ the most useless to like Ed Woodward, who knows, and the current bunch of clowns running the club. Mota and Arnold, clowns. Clowns that went to Juve. You mentioned Rabiot. They went to Juve. They came back with nothing. They took pictures. They went to Barcelona for De Jong. Took pictures in cafe. Came back with nothing.
We need to go for a break.
You see.
We need to go for a break.
All right, but I'll show you. I'm still coming back.
I'm trying to run away from this story. So when we come back from the break, we'll go through other things. We'll have to read messages too.
I shall know that I'm going to have to conclude my thoughts.
Isoken open the door for me and I ran like.
Okay, all right. We'll be back after this time out. Okay, welcome back. Sports Zone right here on Lagos Sox 91.3. Before we head back to transfer stories, I'll also take a couple of messages that have been sent in this morning. Oscar from Lagos says, hello Sports Zone. About the Mason Mount issue, I really don't understand why Man U are dilly-dallying. Pays the price the club places on him or simply walk away. Remember, they are not buying the Mount in Derby or Vitesse. That dude they could have gotten for 5k. But no, they didn't even dream of him till Chelsea gave him a platform to shine. Now, they won the Champions League winner, Chelsea's 2-time player of the season. So if Chelsea says
65 million,
65 million, pay or walk away. Man United will pay. They know how to always pay.
It's so much for a player that has only 1 year left. Chelsea is taking the make. Chelsea took 30 million for Kovacic, but they are still United and Mumuti, some Arnold and the other Momota. And those Momo they come. Momo people they not they come. So 55 million or not, they should pay somebody else.
All right.
I know this amount as well, but how about people?
All right, so let's go through more of your messages. This one here says, good morning, Sports Zone. Kade has even underplayed what's happening on that Igbogbo Bayekun Road. The pace of work is excruciatingly slow and it's so tough on people living there. I had to leave my car at the Ikorodu garage and take public transport to Igbogbo to avoid visiting the mechanic to spend money in this tough economy. Government, I beg. Toyosi. This one here says, good morning, Sports Zone family. My landlady went far, Abeokuta, to get her ram yesterday. Could you believe that she untied the ram last night and took it to the passage to tie it in the name of keeping it safe? Now she has brought it out again, meaning it will be like this till the main day. Ibrahim from Bakada, my brother, you just start.
Enjoy your new.
Ibrahim, listen to you. This time next time, be selling now for the ram papa.
Man,
Ibrahim, you eat me too.
No, but Ibrahim, because of your location, if you guys were not this thing in that area, should have put it outside. But you know what you are in that area.
That's right.
You want to give the woman high blood pressure.
Ibrahim don't know my why you eye your landlady? Why you monitor your landlady? Are you
there's more reactions concerning that Igbogbo Bayeko Road in Ikorodu. It says it's impossible, especially when it rains. It has been like that since Ambode's time. This message was sent from Oladipupo. Okay, thank you very much for your message. We've also got this one that says, Cardinal from Yaba says, almost all the streets in Lagos Island has been taken over by cows and rams.
That's right.
You even struggle to drive your way out, even with Keke Marwa. NFF throwing renewal of Pacero's contract to the fans is the height of irresponsibility from NFF. They should do their jobs well and be responsible for their decisions. Okay, we've also got this. There's a voice note also loading, so just take this voice note, right?
Hello, my name is Lucky from Lagos. I think I will vote for Parcero to go on the condition that they will also allow me to vote for who I like to be the next coach. Let them pay the top dollar for someone like Zidane or the former Saudi coach. Thank you.
Okay, why you carry your leg go safe?
Former Saudi.
I like what Lucky says. Okay, if you want me to vote for Parcero to go, allow me vote for who to come.
Yeah.
But the former
Saudi
coach,
now you want pay.
The former Saudi coach has gone to France. He will be with the French women's national team at the FIFA Women's World Cup. Which
I love that guy, to be honest.
Renard.
White shirt.
That's coach
yeah, and Zambia.
Too cool, man.
This here says, good morning, Sports Zone. Nice job you guys are doing. Nice job by Nigeria's under 16 mil. I feel it's not us, sorry. I got the better of myself. Says qualifying for the FIBA under 16 African Championship. Also great one for the Nigerian rugby team through to the Olympic qualifier. To me, NFF is a joke, Jerry. My name is Bayo. Thank you very much, Bayo. And yes, congratulations to those teams as well. Anthony Kane Day Williams LP from Badagry says, good morning, gentlemen. Long time. I pray my beloved team buy rice, that's Arsenal, and do good business in the transfer world. On the Falcons, I pray they do well at the FIFA Women's World Cup. Greetings to Charles and Okushego. How market with Man United? Please don't go to my
no market.
Please don't go to my We're avoiding Man United. You just go.
You are Femi and Isoken. Talk about rice. My driver went to go and buy.
Oh my goodness!
I have 2 stories about my driver. My driver went to go and buy rice from there, and then told that I'm always going on about the radio. She should not put more for me. That's what.
Do you know the amount of trouble you've caused on this year? Could do something.
Oh, I love our food.
A few people on this road have quarreled with me over. We've had a debate that Tinu practically asked me to buy it and save it in the fridge and bring it the next day. That was on Saturday. And I told him I can't. Since he has to taste it so he will know what you're on about.
For me, it's just right. Then secondly, we all travel together, to the villa. It's on the way to one of the guys that come. I know we're there. We're now arguing. So my driver now said authority. So I think about whether rice is going to ask for. So my driver now says authority. Right now, say he wants to stay for London. I can't look at it. He told you. Right? Because right stop saying no one come on London. That's why he's not going to see. So he told you authority. I told you I was going to say. He told you authority. Nothing. Everybody knows more than everybody else. But it's amazing about how much the man on the street knows about the Premier League. And I'm talking about the man on the street. Transfers. Whether it's what these guys were talking very intelligently, about players, this and one by that one. Then I thought to myself, these are young men that know nothing about the NPFL, and it's shame on football authorities, and shame on some of us in the media too, who are always downgrading our football. I'm telling you.
No, but it's a very difficult thing. Last week I had a conversation with a Remo Stars official, top Remo Stars official. I'll keep his name a secret. Right? And he said a lot of things in terms of money, sponsorship, in terms of publicity. Spoke about Remo Stars from the point of Remo Stars, and then spoke about the NPFL in terms of what the other clubs are doing. Now, one of the things he also mentioned, and which was where that Enyimba story first came up, right? This was about last week, Tuesday, if I'm correct. He said, Remo is talking to a Rangers midfielder, just giving you the mid position. The midfielders agreed to join Remo Stars. The only problem is he wants to collect the money Enyimba is owing. That Enyimba before he leaves. Now Remo says, Remo and Enyimba. Remo, he wants to join, take the money that Enyimba is owing him before he leaves. Now Remo says, look, you have a window. We want to sign you now. By the time you collect the money because they said they won't pay the money until like the 15th of next month or the 16th of next month, July. By the time you wait from now till then to collect that money, that window may close. We may not need you again. Right? And remember, we're going to the CAF Champions League, just like Enyimba. And because of the way structure of Remo is well structured in terms of their plans, what they want to do, media coverage and all, publicity. And then the player says he will have to wait for the money. So automatically he's missed. Yeah.
He has to forfeit. Because
and you can't blame him.
I can't blame him either. I can't blame him.
Because that's the only way. If he leaves, he doesn't get his wages.
4 months.
Don't get the money. And
4 months.
A player should never be put in
that position.
Never. And it's not right.
So that's why we raised it.
It's all right.
So that's why we asked the question, what is the management of Enyimba doing? Because number one, from the governor, in the last 3 months, remember, this new government has not paid salaries yet. Right? This is the first month they will pay salary. So it means it was the previous administration. The new government hasn't paid salaries yet. So it's the previous administration. I remember government has changed hands in terms of the individual there last time. It's not the same individual here now.
Of course, it's a different party for a start.
And this Enyimba still won the Premier League. Despite not playing, come on.
Wow. And there's 50 million prize money. What are they doing with that prize money?
For me, that prize money is first. The first 100 million.
No. They're only allowed to spend 50 million on themselves.
No, but the prize money is 100 million.
Yes.
I mean, that's what they how they spend it is a different matter, but the 100 million globally, totally as well. Messages?
Let me read a few more messages. All right. This one here says, good morning. Sincerely, our administrators will never cease to amaze me. So now they are requesting our opinion to know what to do with the coach. Please, do they seek our opinion before they sought to bring him in? They couldn't even reveal his contract. I see responsibility and shady deals as usual. And Gusau should be very careful. Belex from Ebute Meta. We've also got this Denzel from Festac who says the Premier League are said to be entirely satisfied. There is no conflict of interest amid rumors of Saudi involvement at Chelsea. Now, this was claimed that Saudi's Public Investment Fund, that's the PIF, had an investment in Clearly Capital, the private equity firm that co-owns Chelsea. PIF already owns an 80% in Chelsea's Premier League rivals, Newcastle United, sparking rumors of a conflict of interest. However, I finished up with saying PIF owns only 5% shares in Clearly Capital. Okay. Sanchez from Ibadan says, I suspect that Chelsea players are paid secretly to move to Saudi. There are a lot of clubs in Europe that can still buy all these guys. Chelsea owner is directly linked with Saudi investment too. It has been planned since its takeover. That is a possibility. Good morning, Sports Zone. This one here says Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, and every other agent of the Premier League should shut up and leave the Saudi League alone. When the Premier League buys African players, African leagues don't cry foul that they are being depleted. Now they are the ones screaming themselves hoarse because the Saudis have just brought a couple of players they should buy.
Who sent that message?
His name is Don from Ikeja.
Don Oga. Go and park somewhere in the dark place and put up the light. Park in the dark, put up like African players going to Premier League that they be singing with joy. I've never seen such an apples and oranges. Oga, that is the education and certification of apples and oranges.
It is African players that submit the application, not like they come here to come.
Oga, if Bondi comes, he can find the whole of Remo stars. Oga.
Even Bondi.
Kuleshoname will be smiling to the band. Oga.
Ball is even too much. Ball is even too much. Ball is too much. Even Wrexham. If Wrexham should come. Even I personally, I will write a proposal. Now, do you know what Wrexham had last season? They were talked about. A club that already has TikTok as their sponsor.
Before you start the message, make you read them yourself.
Anyway, we'll take a few calls too. It's 9 already, so we'll start taking phone calls as they come in. But let's read a few more messages for now. This one says, "This is my wife from Ejigbo." Now, wow, for Femi, he keeps baiting Uncle Segun to talk about United, even as a United fan. Me said don't tire.
It was Isoken this morning, no. It was Isoken.
No, but United want to get Rabiot now. United want to get Rabiot.
United wants everybody.
What do you mean? United wants to get what's the name? My only problem is that where United need a player, they're not even looking at that area. They're looking at the area that they can still manage. They still have the captain.
Okay, what is that? What is United? Manchester United MURB. So times 2 is Mumu.
United need a striker, right? And when they went for what's his name, Hurricane, and they were told 100. For me, go and press. Say, okay, what you want to bring is 70 million with add-ons.
But they know that Neville will never drop down.
He will drop at some point because he can't lose it for free.
Yeah, that's
Hurricane is what, all along I said I prefer Hurricane to Osimhen. You understand? Don't respect Osimhen. But the problem with Levy is more than a Levy. What United is afraid of, and they don't want another De Jong situation, that they spend the whole summer dragging, and then they don't get the player anyway. Do you understand? I get that. Maybe if they can give Spurs an offer they can't refuse for a player that has just 1 year. Because the truth of the matter is, it's very unlikely that Hurricane may not sign a new deal. Do you understand? Like Miss Mount. And that means he will leave Spurs for free. So, will Daniel Levy now cut off his nose to spite his face? If United are offering 80, 90 million, even £100, and then you can use that player and invest on 2 because Pochettino has a knack of discovering players. You understand? And I'm talking about new coaches. I think this Celtic guy, Costa Gloko, what's his name? I think he's going to do well at Spurs. Spurs is flying under the radar. I think he'll do well at Spurs.
We said so with Conte.
When does season start?
Good morning.
But
there's a phone calls.
Conte and Mourinho. Conte and Mourinho fall in that category of
good morning.
proven winners.
Hello.
All over the world. Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Uncle the Pundit coming from the diaspora.
Good morning.
My name is Thomas. I'm coming from the diaspora.
Hey, Thomas. How about
we can hear you.
I'm getting a response now. This proposal by the NFF to throw the national contract renewal to the public is nothing, honestly, and it's downright disgusting. So, what is their job? So, when the public choose, then they will start weighing this one too for 12 months. It's ridiculous. If they know they can't do the job, then they should also declare their jobs vacant and let the public also start choosing their replacement.
Run the place. Exactly.
Thank you. But it could also be a disguise in the sense that they already know that a lot of the fans are disillusioned of the current manager, Jose Peseiro, right? And there's a story. Yes, like Nigerians want Peseiro to go. If we do a poll now, you find more people saying Peseiro should go than Peseiro should stay. And a lot of people will tilt to a local coach. So everything is style. So maybe you style.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Jamie from my Jesu.
Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Segun.
Morning, my dear.
Ibrahim Gusso. I know what he's doing. He's not to collect the fault and the blame. When the team goes out, or the team go to war in January, and they mess up, don't to play the fault and the blame. For Chelsea, we really need to receive out to sheet. You can pull it cheap, and Lukaku. They should delete all of them from Chelsea. Thank you.
Hello,
good morning.
Okay. Let's read a few more of your messages before we take more calls. This one here says, good morning, Sports Zone. Chelsea have no relations with the Saudis. There's no conspiracy theory. It's not only Chelsea selling players to Saudi Arabia. This must be a Chelsea fan. It's obvious.
Definitely.
Abiola is his name. So thank you very much for your message.
Okay, Abiola, Asibo. Yes. Not yet.
Aisha Tilola says, good morning, Sports Zone family. Uncle Segun, if he has his way, he will kick the Glazers out of Old Trafford with immediate effect. Says for the NFF, asking fans on whether to keep or let coach go of the coach, Peseiro, all I can do is shake my head.
I know, right? Good morning.
Okay, that line is just... Ayodeji from Ikoyi says, good morning, guys. Happy New Week on Chelsea. It is well known that the Saudi have shares in Boli Clearly Capital and the EPL did scrutinize it before approving the takeover. However, Chelsea has made more money from sales to English clubs, Havertz to Arsenal for 65 million and possibly Mount to United for 60 million than the 5 players sold to Saudi Arabia. Jorginho had 6 months left on his deal, was sold to Arsenal for 10 million. Should we now begin to look at EPL or Arsenal for bad deals from Chelsea? I just believe it's just noise and people's expectation that Chelsea will find it difficult to sell players being dashed. Great. Let's head.
You know what? I mean, that comment, I like very well reasoned.
Yeah.
I like the argument. I mean, not necessarily agree with it, but it's a very good comment. You understand? Very logical and well thought out.
Yeah.
We don't have concrete evidence.
Hello, good morning. My name is Eyo from Akopa. Right now, I will vote to let Pasero go. But another thing, I will also vote for the kind of coach they want to bring and also the amount they will pay for the coach. I will vote for that. If they agree for, let us vote for the amount that the coach will receive. I am ready to vote, even if it is to vote with money. Let's go there.
They will never allow you vote for money. That one you cannot
vote with money, he said.
No, what he said, vote with his own money.
Vote with his own money. That's what he said.
Oh.
Literally put your money where your mouth is. That's what I think it means. Yeah.
No, but really, why should we do that? They should do their jobs. Get somebody. If
Obviously.
you're not, get somebody.
My own is whoever you get.
We have a phone call.
My name is okay.
Good morning.
I'm Femi.
Morning. Good morning.
My name is Jarrell Miller. Can you now see that our administrators are useless? They are useless. What is the job of the technical department? What is the work doing there? If it's not figurehead. So we need to vote now to keep the job of the coach. Shame on Eniba. Shame on that. If Eniba is among teams that are owing the Nigerian Premier League, and some senior journalists will still come and call them very fantastic administrators. Shame on those people. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have Mr. Motosho.
Thank you very much, Mr. Motosho.
We missed him. Inimitable Mr. Motosho. We missed him.
So this one here says Real Madrid did not allow Benzema to leave. He was out of contract. The club has a tradition of a year's deal for 8 players. The Saudis struck and he took this quid. Great job, guys. I think he had a year left. That Real Madrid could.
They wanted to renew.
Want to go, though.
Real Madrid didn't want him to go.
Yeah, I think he had 1 year that Real Madrid were going to activate on his contract to make him stay till next year because the plan was get Mbappe or Haaland next year. That was the original plan. So I think that they didn't want him to go, but I think because he's been a great servant to Real Madrid in terms of what he's offered, winning the Champions League.
Yeah, that's actually what I meant.
Yeah, so they let him go. Samuel Ayobami from Ikorodu says, I hope the story of fans voting for or against Pesero to go or stay is false. It will really be a big shame if it is true because it will be giving off a clueless vibe.
We cannot shame the shameless.
Exactly.
So, one thing I just want to chime in. Okay,
go on. Okay. No, go on.
I just want to say, whoever they appoint, whether we vote or don't vote, let them be able to afford to pay, please. Let them draw the line about owing coaches. Do you understand? We don't know now, since this guy didn't win the under 20, Ladamboso, what was the story that he was owed, they've only paid from 15 months, they've only paid him 3 months or something, let them pay their salary, and let them get a coach that they can afford to pay, Abi.
All right, there's a message on Twitter, Unrepentant Gunnar. It says, good morning, please, is there any truth that Alex Song signed for Enyimba? The answer is no. I saw a post about it, close not to believe till I hear it here. Now, the story we gathered is that, so I had to do a few findings, was this. Conversations have been in place. They talked about it. But have they signed him officially? No. I think the whole aim is to get him in for the CAF Champions League for next season. I know. So it says been waiting since last week and I never hear any confirmation. These things take some time. But the story about him holding talks with Enyimba is true. I know, so I'll leave it at that. Okay, this one here says, how has Femi just killed Okushego's truth about the media downplaying the importance of the local league with something that has nothing to do with what he just said? I'm mocked by here. Even me, I don't know what you say. I don't understand. But I know that the media doesn't kill the local league. If the local league is stand out,
some of the media do. a lot of people in the media come out and say the players are poor, the football is not this. So many people do. They might do it unintentionally, but they do.
No, but they are also but the job of the media.
People do.
No, but to be fair, the job of the media.
Do not want local players in the national team. They'd rather have journeyman players from Europe or anywhere in the rest of the world that have NPFL players. Some people in the media are guilty of that.
No, but the job of the media is also to speak the truth and be objective. So if I sit down to watch a game, I sit down to watch, and I saw a few of the games in the Super 6, and to be fair with you, a lot of the games were not particularly exciting, especially games concerning Lobby Stars. So let me start picking
Our
at
game
the
was
teams.
interesting.
Lobby Stars games were not interesting.
Rivers United.
Watch that team again. Even Sunshine Stars. Sunshine did not pick until the end of the tournament.
But you're talking about the lower end now.
No.
About Rivers United.
Rivers United Insurance.
So I'm saying that if that was.
I hear Remo Rivers United was a cracking game. I didn't watch it.
Aimba and Insurance wasn't a cracking game. As a matter
of fact, I hear Remo talk about what.
No, I'm saying that. No, but I'm saying that when they're going to. No. It's a whole thing. So we're going to look at the whole thing and say, okay, this is what it's like when we watch the Super Eagles, and we say, and people call in and say the Super Eagles didn't play well, right? There are times we'll say yes, they did not play well, but they got the job done. So I've never sat down here to say, oh, they played well
and
when they didn't play well.
With our local leagues, it's getting the job done, not the excitement of the game.
Once we go to the continent, we don't get the job done. We don't play exciting football. I saw Rivers United on the continent. They didn't get the job done.
Femi, that's a fact. What you have said is a fact. We've not performed, our coefficients are dropped and everything. But the truth of the matter, if we don't have local league players getting exposure, do you understand? In the national team, it will continue to happen. Because if these boys are even in the training camp, they travel abroad, they rub shoulders with players and players, it will give them the confidence so that when they even travel on the continent, they can do something. And then, of course, there are also the issues, homegrown issues of like an Aiba, who have always regarded as one of the best runs, at least for a government team, that they're owing their players. That to me is shocking. And that story of that player, to understand, I don't know who the player is. I don't know who told you the story, of course, but it's pathetic because the guy is caught between the rock and the hard place. He would love to move to Remo, which is obviously a better run club, but he doesn't want to forfeit his money. You've given the guy a very, very tough choice to make.
This
you understand?
subsidy
and that's the problem of our football too.
How dare I?
So it's among many sides.
You know, last week, you remember the story Charles brought to the studio last week, ahead of the Federation Cup final. And we went through all those things.
Yeah, about the hotel.
Now, he mentioned Divine, right? A player who's been invited into the Super Eagles, who's walked into, say, for example, Coach Paradise, luxury. Yeah. You've seen how the Super Eagles live. And then you now come back to play with your guys. It's like exactly, you've gone to Paradise and you want to send me back to Earth. There's no way I'm going to understand. My brain will not be able to process it.
I mean, it's okay. Once you see Femi said that they put them in a short-time joint.
There's a call coming through. Hello, good morning.
It was you that brought short time. It was you that said short time. It wasn't me that
amusement park.
Somebody else said when they go for 15 minutes.
I said amusement park.
No, you said short time.
Where you go with?
It's because of your experience. Because of your experience in Lekki, that your zones.
When you go to your place and you enjoy yourself for people, that means you got a ride with all this carousel and.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Please, my name is O. And I want to make a comment regarding what Femi just spoke about. About the media being supposed to be telling the truth, right? Am I honest?
Yes,
yeah,
go on.
Yes, you are.
Sorry, I'm panting. I was excited. Sorry. Okay, so Femi, I don't think the media's role is to tell the truth. I think the media's role is to sell the NPFL to the world, right? Take a look at the English Premier League. What do we say about the English journalists all the time? Is it that they tell the truth, or they make such fuss about average English talent that we all then buy into it? You understand what I'm saying? So I think to a large extent, to make football work in this country, we need a vibrant ecosystem
pulling in the same direction, being that we're all thinking, you know what, it's our duty to sell Nigerian football to the world, because when we do that, a lot of money comes into our league and into our country. All right? So, yeah, factually, the games might not be the standard that we see in Europe. But the whole idea is not for us to look like European football at this time. The whole idea is to say, guys, our football is developing, and we're going to get there, And I also agree with Segun's view that sometimes, it is also good to sell the league by getting a few players from our club into the Super Eagles. It doesn't matter whether they play or not, on match day. But if these guys are there, fans know them, and when fans know them, fans will begin to follow them in the local league. So please, I know that things are not as they should be, but it is the media's business in this country to make sure that we push our league, and make it, appealing to sponsors and to partners. When money comes in, then we can improve the quality of our coaching. We can even get coaches from overseas if that's what people want. We can then increase, payments to the players, the prize money. 100 million naira to Nigerian champions is really nothing when you think about it. When you think about the fact that the Super Eagles, the bonuses they receive from playing just one match against Lyon is probably more than what
more than a salary
of football.
Yeah.
We need to change. The business is the league. It's not the national team. Our league is the business. One club in England, Manchester United, makes more money than the English national team in a year. So forget about, let's focus on our league. Because when money comes in, all of us have a job from it. Femi, including you as well.
Thank you.
Kenneth, well said, Kenneth. That's the call of the day. I mean, and it's true. Well said, Kenneth. Well said. Let's. I mean, that's one of the reasons I won't lie. I've said it 1,000 times. Junior Locosta's not going for the World Cup. He plays with it tomorrow. We wish he goes to the opportunity. But no, Allah. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear him. I hear him, and I respect his position. I think that he's also pointed out to some very key things that we need to do. But I also think that, look, if you're asking the media to make their own efforts, and you're also asking the football people to do their own part.
Yes, the authority will have to do this first.
Because Kenneth said an ecosystem. It's like saying the government wants me to praise. Some people go on social media and criticize the government. The government want us to praise them on social media. But you're not making things easy for us. We spoke about this last week.
I hear what you say. But when Kenneth makes such a good point. We all joke about Harry Maguire. Go and check it. Check out when any English journalist is talking about Harry Maguire. They never said anything bad about it. All they see is a loss of confidence. He plays well for England.
That's not entirely true.
Generally, I think we're too critical.
He's a useless player. They never say so.
The only person that calls him useless is you. No, the only person that calls him useless, nobody else calls him useless.
Because I'm not English. He's a useless player. Yes, I think.
Nobody else calls him useless.
How did we get here now?
Let's just go back to focus. But I understand. But I think that it's all hands on deck. So if you want me to do my job,
it's a system.
Yes, you two do your job. Play exciting football or get the results. If you get the result,
do your PR work and don't leave it for me.
I watched Rivers United last season in the Confederation Cup. I saw, because the games were on SuperSport, so it was very easy to watch. No, I had to go and start streaming. I saw the game against ASEC Mimosa. It off me. The one we played, Tanzania, the Young Africans. That one I was off. As I just said, I was staring. Because how can you defend like that? It was crazy. There's no way I'll come and sugarcoat that conversation. There's no way. Except I want to lie.
They don't make it work easy.
There was also Plateau United in the Champions League who were robbed.
And that one, we screamed about it. Because Plateau United actually played exciting kind of football. So I'm saying there has to be some form of balance. Do your own part. Let me do my part. Let me read a few more of your messages. Let me read a few more of your messages. When is the day for this one says Mr. Olu says, when is the day for Pasero's election? Hope Beavers will walk. I hope FIFA will not ban of introducing politics into football. This one here, Uche says Europe's clubs can afford to buy Chelsea players but can't afford their wages.
Very valid point.
Peter Ayorinde from Anthony says, good morning, Sports Zone. What's this qualms about Chelsea selling to Saudi via PFI interest? This thing is pure coincidence, and marketing occurrence. If it were you and I, we'll do the same. It's not as if Chelsea is the only one with their players going there. One denominator of these players, if not, is that majority of these players are Muslims.
It has nothing to do with their religion, by the way.
No, but he makes a point.
All the
Chelsea player that's not Muslim.
It's okay that
I'm not mentioning it's saying one of the things that makes it easy is that they are Muslim. Ziyech, Muslim. N'Golo Kante, Muslim. Koulibaly,
that didn't affect didn't affect the coming to
transition. It's easy because number one, it's.
But I'm saying that it has nothing to do
long term. But for the Chelsea conversation,
there's this guy, that Portuguese guy, Alaji Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is a different kind of footballer.
He's never a Muslim.
No, but the Chelsea is the conversation here. You mentioned Chelsea. Because Chelsea has sold Kovacic. You didn't hear Kovacic going to Saudi.
All you Chelsea fans are busy deflecting. Hear that story in the news now. Osasuna, 10 years. It took the hand of God to catch up with them. 10 years. Okay, you know that they do good, they go. There's nothing hidden under the sun.
Let me take a few more messages before we leave. This here says, good morning, Sports Zone. I bumped into... no, I don't think this is for us. No, this is not for us. Okay, no. Let's see. We've got this one here. Says, can we also be allowed to vote for the next NFF management? Kingsley from Ikeja.
Let's start from there first. Let's start from there.
Yes. This one here says, we all have bad attitude in this country, full of negativity. We always find a way to criticize our officials and compare ourselves with other countries. In all, we're still wailing. I really feel bad for the players and coaches, and as long as we remain like this, may our wailing in football never end. Promise from Jack Conde. Promise. I think that we praise, and that's why I also counter, because personally, a lot of times I praise the national team.
He's not even making a point in terms of what the wailing, or because this is very vague.
I praise the national team.
Because there will be a measure of praise. There will definitely also be a measure of criticism, because again, you're right, because sometimes the criticism not from a place of change. Some people just really want to criticize, but a lot of times I don't think that any journalist would deliberately criticize with the end product to
be very careful.
Okay.
A journalist will.
They will?
Yes. Okay. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Yes, sir. Then big shout out to Amaka, who came all the way from Satellite and pick up at the tree. Thank you, Amaka, for listening to this photo. And funny enough, even though she's married, she said she discovered photos on her own, not through her husband. So thumbs up.
What has that got to do with her listening to Sports Zone?
You know, most ladies that listen to the Sports Zone listen because their husbands listen.
Well,
apart from Aisha not just from day one, but quite a few. But she started listening to her on her own.
I'm sure probably as she was going through the radio, she just heard your sonorous voice.
Oh my Lord.
And she's like, oh my goodness.
Yes. I agree with you there.
Oh Lord.
And then all your English, your grammar.
Yes, I do.
Your grammar, you know how your grammar is always top notch. Let me read a couple of messages. Gabby from Lekki says, good morning, please. I want to ask Uncle Segun this. If Saudi should come to Man United and ask you to buy De Gea, McTominay, Maguire, Sancho, if you forgot to put Fred, let me help you add Fred. Please, what would be his take on this?
Femi, God is watching me. As where I am now, I'm on my knees with the husband. Please, Father Lord, please. I'm on my knees. So God is seeing me where I am now. I'm on my knees. Father, let it happen. And I will never talk about Saudi again. Please, Father Lord, please. Yes, I'm on my knees. God is watching me. I'm on my knees. Yes, please come, Saudi. Please come.
Let's squeeze in one more.
Bye, them all.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
This is Ridwan from Ikosan.
You're welcome.
Good morning to you, Mr. Femi, everyone.
Morning.
Morning, Jarrell. Morning.
Segun, talking about Nigeria football, the local league, per se.
Yeah.
Did you watch the match between TTF, Femi, and Lobby Stars?
Which game? Lobby Stars and who?
That was Lobby Stars and CFC. That's Super 8.
Okay. That's the CTFC of Abuja.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What was your take about the game? because I watched the match and I saw beautiful goals. And same one about Rivers United versus
Bendel Insurance, yes.
I mean, you saw that screamer scored by that.
Yes, the second goal for Bendel Insurance was an absolute beauty.
These are things you can do in the league.
Now we're talking.
We shouldn't be critical about when it wasn't good. Let's also keep accolades and make mention of when they are making. I mean, there was a time at which a guy in MFM scored a screamer, at which was highlighted in BBC or one of these
CNN.
CNN, yeah. So let's make mention of these things. It can't get better. I mean, it can't get there at the same time. But when these things come up, let's just make a mention. These awards can attract our listeners to watch these things. Like, yes, we saw these beautiful goals. We saw some beautiful passes played by the players. And, not when it's critical and be like, oh, it was off. It's off me and the likes. Okay. So I just want to talk about that.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, what's your name?
Ridwan, I think.
Ridwan, that's what it
says.
Ridwan, that's the second best call of the day. Ridwan,
so this thing Ridwan says, sometimes is the word critique, not criticism, because a couple of weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I went to watch a football game at Bolaji Johnson. Let me call the team Sporting Lagos. Right? Sporting Lagos has done a lot of social media presence and all. But one of the problems I have personally with Sporting Lagos in terms of what they've done is you still haven't put the players in my front. You have done packaging of the team. But the players, I still do not know the player. I don't know who you signed.
The players are the most important.
That's my point. And that was the same thing I raised to the media team that, look, you can do all your Instagram sponsored posts from today to tomorrow. If I don't know who is playing for you, I don't know your team. You have to put this.
You know what they call that? I call it the Lawson Icho syndrome. Lawson Icho was a player I saw time and time again all over the country playing for ABS, Abubakar, Saraki Babes. Lawson Icho for me was a quintessential box-to-box midfielder. Do you understand? Someone that defends, could tackle, pass, drive forward, and chip in with his own share of goals. And he had an engine inside. His stamina levels were very, very high. But that guy never came anywhere near the national team. Nowhere near. Or is it Ugu Wadegu?
Wadegu was a great left back. I remember.
Did he ever play for the Super Eagles?
I think he got a call up.
So for example, another way to look at Ridwan's point is that, for example, when we watch Monday Night Football every Monday, you guys usually will sign off the show with maybe or start of the or goal of the week. You understand?
There's African.
It's not African. I'm talking Nigeria now.
No, what's the name? There's the one for the league. There's a show for the league. They have a show for the league.
The Eagle.
So if you put that in our face every week as well,
it's time for you to soar the Eagle.